This is the Tailor of Gloucester, Part 2. Simpkin has just come back with milk and a loaf of bread and sausages, and he is vexed. Simpkin set down the pimkin of milk upon the dresser and looked suspiciously at the teacups. He wanted his supper of little fat mouse. "Simpkin," said the tailor, "where's my twist?" Simpkin hid the little parcel privately in the teapot and spit and growled at the tailor. And if Simpkin had been able to talk, he would have asked, "Where's my mouse?" "Alack, I am undone," said the Tailor of Gloucester, and went sadly to bed. All that night long, Simpkin hunted and searched through the kitchen, peeping into cupboards and under the wainscot and into the teapot where he had hidden the twist, but still he never found a mouse. Whenever the tailor muttered and talked in his sleep, Simpkin said, "Meow," and made strange horrid noises as cats do at night. For the poor old tailor was very ill with a fever, tossing and turning in his four-post bed, and still in his dreams he mumbled, "No more twist, no more twist." All that day he was ill, and the next day, and the next, and what should become of the cherry-colored coat? In the tailor's shop in Westgate Street, the embroidered silk and satin lay cut upon the table, 21 buttonholes, and who should come and sew them when the window was barred and the door was fast locked? But that does not hinder our little brown mice. They run in and out without any keys through all the old houses in Gloucester. Out of doors, and market folks went trudging through the snow to buy their geese and turkeys and to bake their Christmas pies, but there would be no Christmas dinner for Simpkin and the poor old Tailor of Gloucester. The tailor lay ill for 3 days and nights, and then it was Christmas Eve, and very late at night the moon climbed up over the roofs and chimneys and looked down over the gateway into the college court. There were no lights in the windows, nor any sound of the houses. All the city of Gloucester was fast asleep under the snow, and still Simpkin wanted his mice, and he mewed as he stood beside the four-post bed. But it is in the old story that all the beasts can talk in the night between Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, though there are very few folks who can hear them or know what it is they say. When the cathedral clock struck 12, there was an answer like the echo of chimes, and Simpkin heard it. It came out of the tailor's door and wandered all about in the snow. From all the roofs and gables, old wooden houses in Gloucester, came 1,000 merry voices singing old Christmas rhymes. All the old songs that have ever been heard, and some that I don't know, like Whittington's bells. First and loudest, the cocks cried, "Dame, get up and bake your pies." "Oh, dilly, dilly, dilly," sighed Simpkin. And now in the garret there were lights and sounds of dancing, and cats came from all over. "Hey, diddle, diddle, the cat and the fiddle, and all the cats in Gloucester except me," said Simpkin. Under the wooden eaves, the starlings and the sparrows sang of Christmas pies and jackdaws, and woke up over the cathedral tower, and although it was the middle of the night, the throstles and robins sang, and the air was full of little twittering tunes. But it was all rather provoking to the poor hungry Simpkin. Particularly, he was vexed with someone with little shrill voices from behind the wood lattice. I think that they were bats, because they always have very small voices, especially in the black frost, when they talk in their sleep like the Tailor of Gloucester. They said something mysterious that sounded like, "Buzz, quoth the blue fly, hum, quoth the bee, buzz, hum, they cry, and so do we." And Simpkin went away shaking his ears as if he had a bee in his bonnet. From the tailor's shop in Westgate came a glow of light, and when Simpkin crept up to peep in the window, it was full of candles. There were snipping of scissors and snapping of thread, and little mouse voices sang loudly and gaily, 420 tailors went to catch a snail. The best man amongst them durst not touch her tail. She put down their horns like a key of Kylo cow. Run, tailors, run, or she'll have you all now. Then, without a pause, the little mouses went on again. Save my lady's oatmeal, grind the lady's flour, put in a chestnut, let it stand an hour. Mew, mew, interrupted Simpkin as he scratched the door. But the key was under the tailor's pillow. He could not get in, and the little mice only laughed and tried another tune. 3 little mice sat down to spin. Pussy passed by and then she peeped in. Where are you at, my fine little men? Making coats for gentlemen. Shall I come and cut off the threads? Oh no, Miss Pussy, you'll bite off our heads. Mew, mew, cried Simpkin. Hey, diddle dinkety, answered the little mice. Hey, diddle dinkety, popperty pet, the merchants of London wear scarlet. Silk in the collar and gold in the hem, so merrily march on the merchant men. They clicked their thimbles to mark the time, but none of the songs pleased Simpkin. He sniffed and mewed at the door of the shop. And then I bought Pimpkin and Popkin, a Slipkin, a Slopkin, all for the farthing. And upon the kitchen dresser added one of the rude little mice. Mew, scratch, scratch, scuffled Simpkin on the windowsill, while the little mice sprang inside and began to shout at once in their twittering voices, No more twist, no more twist! And they barred up the window shutters and shut out Simpkin. But still, through the nicks of the shutters, they could hear the click and thimbles and the little mouse voices singing. Simpkin came away from the shop and went home, considering his mind. He found the poor old tailor without a fever, sleeping peacefully. Then Simpkin went on tiptoe and took the parcel of silk out of the teapot and looked at it in the moonlight. And he felt quite ashamed of his badness compared to the good little mice. When the tailor awoke in the morning, the first thing he saw was upon the patchwork quilt was a skein of cherry-colored twisted silk, and beside the bed stood a repentant Simpkin. Alack, I'm worn to ravelling, said the Tailor of Gloucester, but I have my twist. We are going to